Here are your solutions to 8-6. We'll start with the letter problems. Letter A. We have a surface area of a triangular prism with 34 square inches. What is the surface area of a similar prism that is twice as large? So we have a surface area of 34, and we're going to multiply that by our scale factor of 2, and of course because they're square units we're going to square it. So it's basically 34 times 4, and 34 times 4 will give you 136 square inches. In letter B, we have the world's largest box of raisins has a surface area of 352 square feet. If a similar box is smaller than the largest box by a scale factor of 1/48, what is the surface area? So in this case, we're going to have again 352 times our scale factor of 1/48, and that's going to be squared. And remember, when we multiply by a fraction, when we square a fraction, it's 1 times 1, so it's going to be 1/48 squared here. And of course, then that's going to be 352 over 48. And if you divide 48 squared, 352 divided by 48 squared, you should get 0 and 15/100 square feet. 15/100 square feet. If you left it as a fraction, which I seriously doubt anybody did, but if you did, it would be 11/72. Letter C. We have a square pyramid, and it has a volume of 512 cubic centimeters. What is the volume of a square pyramid with dimensions 1/4 the original? So in this case, we have 512 times the scale factor of 1/4, but because we're talking volume here, we're talking cubic units, so we're going to cube that scale factor. So that would be 1/4 times 4 times 4, which of course is 1/64. So we would end up with 512 over 64. This is what our answer would be. And if you do the math, that is 8. And we're looking at centimeters cubed. 8 cubic centimeters. For letter D, we have a cylinder with a volume of 432 cubic meters. What is the volume of a cylinder with dimensions 1/3 that? So we're going to have 432 times 1/3 cubed, which is 1/3 times 1/3 times 1/3. 3 times 3 times 3 is going to be 27, of course, and 432 times 1 times 1 times 1 is, of course, 432, and 432 divided by 27 is 16 in this case, and we have centimeters cubed once again. Here are your solutions to 8-6. These are the guided practice problems. We'll start with number 1. The surface area of a rectangular prism is 35 square inches. What is the surface area of a similar solid that has been enlarged by a scale factor of 7? So we have 35, and we're talking about square inches, so we know that we're going to use the scale factor 35 times the scale factor, and we're going to square it. So basically it amounts to being 35 times 49, and 35 times 49 is 1,715 inches, and they're square inches because we have surface area. Problem number 2, we're dealing with volume of a cylinder, 425 cubic centimeters. What is the volume to the nearest tenth, remember, of a similar solid that is similar by a scale factor of 1/3? So again, we're going to have 425 times 1/3 cubed, so that's 3 times, and that is going to be 425 over 27, and 425 divided by 27 is 15 7/10 centimeters cubed. Problem number 3. A sink with a sliding lid is Josh's art in Josh's art studio measures 16 by 15 inches by 6 inches. A second sink used just for paintbrushes has a similar shape and is smaller by a scale factor of 1/2. Find the volume and surface area of the second sink. First of all, we have a sink that's 16 by 15 by 6, so our volume is going to equal 1,440. Now, because it's a sink, we have two surface areas that are 16 by 15 plus one that's 15 by 6 and another one that's 16 by 6. So if you calculate those surface areas, we have a surface area of 852. Now, when we take our volume of 1,440, we're going to multiply that by our scale factor of 1/2, which of course is going to be cubed. And if you do that math there, that would be 1,440 divided by 8. And that is going to be 108 cubic inches. And our surface area of 852 is going to be multiplied by our scale factor of 1/2. And of course it's going to be squared, and that would be in effect dividing by 4. And that would give us a surface area of 213 square inches. Problem number 4. How is the volume of a prism affected when its dimensions are tripled? So if its dimensions are tripled, if its volume, we would be multiplying it by a scale factor of 3, of course, cubed. And that, of course, would be 3 times 3 times 3 would equal 27. So it is 27 times as much. Please do independent practice.